Well, good morning again. It is Sunday, and what a beautiful day it's going to be today. I have just had a lovely night's sleep, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. But first, I want to do a check in from yesterday. So, how many of you thought of a space that you could recreate into something that is fun to hang out, or some place that's fun to hang out just for you by yourself? I want to know what room you picked, what area you picked, and what you are going to do to make it more fun, more attractive, more, you know, more exciting to be in. And I know I said I want to correct myself on something because I said something about, no electronics. And that's not necessarily, I mean, sometimes you just need to like unplug from your thoughts and rent a movie or something. So, you know, I'm not saying don't ever watch TV or movies. I am just saying not to make that your primary source of spending time with yourself, because you're not really spending time with yourself. You're just doing something that's kind of fun. Uh, so tell me what you did, and tell me what you're going to do, and yeah, that's all. I don't know if you know this. I haven't really talked about it on these videos yet, but the reason I chose to do this way is because there's no pressure on me to look like perfect. And live videos, I mean, we put so much pressure on ourselves to, have our hair just right and have our makeup just right and have our outfit just right and all that stuff. And I want you guys to understand that I'm a real person, and yes, I can dress to the nines, and I can hang out with, fancy people and blend in if I want to. But at the end of the day, I'm a mom. I'm a woman. I have normal people problems, and I have a normal people life. And I can relate to, I can relate to normal people because that's what I am underneath it all. um, okay, so I want to talk today about sleep. I told you I would tell you the basics of how to start feeling better. And I realized I really can't cover all of them in one episode. So I'm going to cover sleep today. The basics are so important. Just being healthy and doing things that are just regular self-maintenance are crucial to getting out of a rut, out of a out of a depression, out of a just an emotional time. We all know that when we don't get enough sleep, we are cranky, cranky, cranky. We get stupid. We are like, we can't think properly. We feel loopy. Um, okay, I wrote some stuff down. I've been researching this because we all know this, but it's fun to know the facts sometimes. So there are actually two types of insomnia. There is the primary insomnia, which means there's like no external cause. You just don't really, you're just not sleeping very well. And there's also secondary, which is caused by illness or substance, some kind of substance, like a medication causing you not to sleep very well, or some kind of sleep disorder. So what we're going to address though is the primary, because the secondary, I mean, that's a little more complicated than if you suffer with one of the secondary causes. I can't solve that for you in the next 5 minutes. Primary, it's, that's our zone when we're going through a breakup or we are just like sad about our lives. So let's talk about that one. According to the National Center on Sleep Disorders, research shows that 30 to 40% of U.S. adults report some kind of insomnia. Are you one of them? Okay, so how do you deal with insomnia? There are lots of different methods, and I'm sure you know tricks, and I'd love to see you share them in the comments because we like to educate each other. Um, Typically, if we use the cognitive behavioral approach, there are lots of things we can do, and that just means we're going to cognitively, in our minds, and on purpose, we're trying to change our behaviors. So I'm sure you've all heard of sleep hygiene, yes? What this means is just normal things that you can do to change your routine, to make it more regular, to make it more likely that you'll get a good night's sleep. So like 20 minutes of exercise every day, but not right next to bedtime. Don't go to bed on a full stomach. Don't go to bed hungry. Don't drink too much before bed. Have sleep regular hours, that sort of thing. So any other sleep hygiene tips that you've heard, I'd love to read about them in the comments. Um, let's see, other ones I thought. Also, I thought this one was interesting. There's something called passive wakefulness, and that's where you're asleep in bed, but you don't worry about falling asleep and you don't try to fall asleep. So sometimes the actual worrying about sleeping will keep you awake. But what I want to teach you is a trick that I learned that actually has really helped me fall asleep quickly when I'm worried about things or when I have to turn my brain off. Oh, and also not playing on your phones in bed like I'm doing right now, but that's okay. Oh, and only being in your bed when you're actually sleeping. That's big because you want to train yourself. You want to, I can't remember what it's called when you, when you associate being in bed with being asleep, it helps you actually stay asleep and fall asleep more quickly. So try not to be in your bed for anything other than sleeping and making videos for all your favorite friends like me. Okay, so this is called the 4-7-8 technique, and this is Dr. Andrew Weil came up with this technique, and it's really interesting. It's based on yoga breathing and like an Indian something or other. So I want to show you this technique, and the basic premise is, first of all, in yoga breathing, you want to keep your tongue right on the ridge of skin right behind your teeth. The ridgy right there, right behind your teeth. So as you're breathing, you're kind of doing this, like that. See? See? Okay, so you're going to breathe in for 4 beats, and it's not seconds, it's just whatever's comfortable for you. The important thing is that you're doing it the same the whole time. You're keeping the rhythm the same, whatever your personal rhythm is. You're going to breathe in for 4, and then you're going to hold it for 7, and then you're going to breathe out around your tongue, which is going to sound weird, for 8. Okay, so breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out for 8. And you repeat it 4 times. You don't want to do it more than 4 times. And it puts you, the first time you do it, it might make you feel a little bit dizzy. But you want to do it a couple times a day, pretty regularly actually, because the idea is you want to teach yourself to self-regulate. This is also a really good technique to use when you're driving and somebody cuts you off, or so for relaxation, for anger management, for just stopping your brain from working because it makes you focus on your breathing. It's also really, really a good technique for anxiety, because if you're breathing properly, you can't physically be anxious while you are deep breathing. So if you suffer from anxiety, this is a great exercise to use. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like, and it's loud. It's loud. It looks okay. It's going to look funny because I've never done this with my eyes closed. I guess I'll see how funny it looks. Okay, so I'm going to just use my own personal rhythm. 4, 7, 8. It's really hard to do when I know you're watching me. But it gives you this like funny feeling in your headspace, and I do feel more relaxed. I feel this like really peaceful calm in my head. So and then you just want to just lie there and focus on your breathing, see how it's changed, and see if that helps you fall back asleep. Theoretically, you can fall asleep in just 1 minute. All right, that's my tip for today. And I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do tomorrow, because the next couple of days I want to hear what your suggestions are. What kind of things would you like to talk about? What kind of things are you frustrated with, or you come up with some subjects for me, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I'm getting out of this bed because I'm awake, and I do not hang out in bed, contrary to popular belief because of these videos that I'm doing. I don't just lie here all day. All right, have a happy Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.